Hi, I'm Greg Painter with GraphicLabsTV. I'm here today with Bill Rothe from BLT. BLT is G4 Graphics, and these guys are hooking me up with the ultimate floor called the Ultimate Sign Store. Bill, tell us a little bit about your company.
Better Life Technology is an actual flooring manufacturer. We make commercial grade flooring. By nature, we're an extruding company, so we extrude pure vinyl flooring. One of the unique characteristics about BLT is that we can actually extrude vinyl flooring up to 10 feet wide. So that's a very unique characteristic in the industry, where most companies that produce vinyl floors obviously produce it in a 5 foot less width.
So this is a really neat floor. It's something I designed in Photoshop. I wanted a really neat design, but I wanted to be able to have it kind of universal. So if I was going to put a laminator over here or a new piece of equipment over there, it wasn't going to mess with the design of the floor. It's really racy, looks good. But what's neat about G-Floor is the fact that whatever you design in Photoshop or Illustrator, these guys can print it and put it on the floor.
The product was actually designed as a clear vinyl floor. And with that technology, we've made it so it's adaptable to printing, so it can be run through a gram format printer and virtually anything from an expensive tile to a wood to just about anything. You can combine branding, you can combine imagery, you can combine all sorts of different looks, stones to woods, you combine all that together in one floor. And our unique size being that we have up to 10 foot wide sheet vinyl goods, up to 50 foot long. When you get into large spaces, the ability to install rather quickly and with minimal seams. In a lot of cases, you could close the store at 10 o'clock at night, and by 9 in the morning when you reopen, you can have a whole new custom floor.
Neat thing about this floor as well is you print on the back side of it, and it's got a really thick protective layer over the top. Tell us about that.
Correct. G-Floor graphic, again, being a clear material, it's designed to image on the back. So the graphic is printed, and then when you flip it over and you mount it to the floor, you have about 1.9 millimeter, 75 thousandths of vinyl floor for the wear layer. So the entire floor itself, Greg, is a wear layer. So when you talk about long-term durability in wear and traffic on vinyl floor, it's virtually impossible to wear through the product down to get to the graphic. So it's extremely durable, high traffic areas. It's a great product for making matting and promotional products for point of purchase in a lot of cases, but we've come to learn that free-floating floors and actual wall-to-wall installations is really where the core of this product comes from. The customer base that you would probably present this to, we all go into shops that have our purchasing people that we sell signage to, we sell other graphics to, but realistically, he's not the person that buys the floor. We need to look for project managers, we need to look for architectural designers, we need to look for the store fixture buyers. Those are the folks that are responsible for tooling up the stores and to give them that unique look.
So tell us a little bit about our install that we're going to be doing today. We obviously got the floor cleaned up, we filled in some cracks. What else do we need to do?
Well, the number one thing about installing this vinyl floor, it should never be used as a mask. In other words, if you have a really terribly stained floor and other things like that, it's not really designed to cover that up as a mask. It's truly designed as a floor. So your subfloor, your base, whether it's wood, plywood, LVT, tile, or cement, you want to have a smooth, uniform finish. If you have pits and holes in the floors, you want to make sure you float them out with a port. You want to have a nice, smooth finish, because vinyl will topography or show the topography of anything underneath. So it's important that you start with a good surface, you finish with a good surface, and not only it helps the glue bond better, it just makes the floor last longer to do the job correctly.
Well, thanks for coming to Helena, Montana, and
absolutely.
I'm look forward to getting this floor in, and let's get to work.
Yeah, this is going to be a great floor. This is a really an ideal project, and the graphics that Greg put together are just fabulous. So let's get her done.
Okay.
It's important to pre-register the seams and hold them in place with a 4-inch tape in order to keep it from moving as they double cut the seam. Without that, you can have a little bit of shift and you can affect your cut and your inlay of your seam.
Garages and shops, kids' playrooms, daycares, anything that really wants something that's gonna keep people's interest. Look at the floor, you can put anything on it you want.
Once you do a double cut, you do an overlap, and they cut the two together, the seam virtually disappears in the floor. So then we go back after gluing and we fill in with the Congolium SU80 seam sealer. And we have a one-piece floor again.
Bill, floor looks great. What do you think of the install?
I think it went super smooth.
Jeff Christensen and his crew did a great job of installing the floor. It's nice to have a professional installer, because these guys know what they're doing. They make short work of it. This is a big investment, and you don't want to cut corners.
This particular job was 6 panels, 1,000 square feet roughly, other than the floor prep, fill in all the holes and everything. Other than that, we're looking at about a 4-hour install. So, and that's with 3 or 4 professionals working on it. So it can be done yourself, but I would recommend you have some experience with vinyl flooring because it is quite a monumental task, but the results are fantastic.
So Bill, tell us a little bit about some of the issues you see when people go to install their floor. What are some of the common questions that you get asked a lot that we could address here today?
I would think the biggest question we get is the early floor preparation. And then a lot of times it's what's the final outcome expectation of it. So a lot of times when we look at the install, we need to go through and have a brief discussion on how the panels are laid out, overlaps, double cuts, all those wonderful things which you've seen in the videos before. So we like to, on any install, actually have an opportunity to talk to the installer, maybe give them some advice. But more than that, if a person's done some vinyl, sheet vinyl, good floors, it should be a no-brainer for them.
We cleaned the floor, we ground the seams with a concrete grinder, we took the ridge out of them, so we really wanted the floor to look good and flat. All the little divots in the floor were filled and leveled, so the floor prep was basically like primer and doing body work on a car. If you want the final product to look good, you need to do your homework ahead of time and do the floor prep.
Sheet vinyl is notorious for topography. In other words, anything that's underneath, whether it's dirt or holes or chips or gaps, over time you'll start to see those show through because the vinyl wants to settle to the floor over time. So the smoother the better you get it, the better looking floor that you have.
Right on. So Bill, how do we learn more about your company?
You can check our website out, gfloorgraphic.com, and you can also call the office and we can get some material and some samples out to you. Our phone number, 913-894-0403.
And always check us out, GraphicLabsTV.com. Thanks for watching today's episode.
Thanks, Greg. Project well done.
Yes, sir. As you can see, the ultimate floor is done in the Ultimate Sign Store. It gives your room or environment a whole new look. We designed it all in Photoshop, and I wanted something that would kind of flow really well, look cool. No matter where I put equipment, would still look good. So as we grow and add a flatbed printer or whatever in the future, the floor will still look great. It's amazing how durable this stuff is, and I know it's going to last for years to come. Want to bling out your garage, your museum, your car dealership, or whatever, from design to print to installation, all right here. We actually laid out the panels ahead of time, and you want to start in the middle and work your way out. You want to start square, so we got that center panel square in place. Then we went ahead and laid out all the other panels, made sure the floor was going to fit exactly how we wanted it. And we did a double trim, laid a straight edge across there. Jeff and the gang did a really good job, cut it perfectly square, so I know I got good seams. And then once it's trimmed, we went ahead and glued it down, sealed the seams, keep them from ever lifting. And then we went around and laid the edging around the perimeter. And we did a bright red edging, and it looks really good, really offsets the floor nicely. I want to thank Bill Rothe from Better Life Technologies for working with us on this wonderful floor. I can't wait to work on some future projects. Give your facility the wow factor.
I like it. It came out really nice. Patterns flow, seams are together, it looks really good. Colors are great, great product. I would suggest it to anybody.
This is quite the project. Seems to be a pretty heavy-duty piece.
It's colorful.
Easiest floor to install. Piece of cake.
Pretty cool floor. It's neat stuff. You'll love it.
What happened, Bill?
I'm guessing that you measured incorrectly. A little bit of a mathematical error.
What do you think, Mom?
Well, it's exciting. Another exciting feature of fast signs.
For putting the glue down?
Watch the boys. They're better at it than I ever would be.
I'm talking about the glue, though.
The glue? Yeah. Watch the boys.
You're sick.
I think it's awesome, Greg.